Tripping on air. Why game journalists can describe games. You know what? This is an insightful article, a very insightful article. So I have to first of all, I would like to thank Mr. Chris Wagar for writing this really helpful article because to the extent gaming journalists and to the some to stretch it even further, game ranters are going to not going to they have to learn from this because Chris Wagar, a writer, the one who wrote this article, stumbled on an article by Jonathan Holmes on say why I miss tripping on Super Smash Bros. 4. In this article by Jonathan Holmes, which Chris Wagar quoted in this article, apparently the bottom line is it Super Smash Bros. Brawl don't really feel Super Smash Bros. Melee. Correct me if I'm wrong. Uh, don't feel like he play. Don't feel like it. He's not really used to it. He doesn't feel like it because Jonathan Holmes apparently plays Street Fighter. So this Super Smash Bros. Melee is for first Nintendo fighting game, which is wrong in the first place because Sakurai already said that it's not meant to be a fighting game, it's meant to be a party game. But most of the people just ignore that fact and they think that they're better than Masahiro Sakurai. So according to Jonathan Holmes, the Super Smash Bros. That he played is slow and floaty, so he wants to feel that we need some modifications on this. So he asked for experts. He stumbled on Project M, and he went on playing Brawl because according to people, it's much better than Melee. But here's what the problem lies. For the most part, I mean most part, 95 to 99% of the game journalists and game ranters often do this shit. It's not what I feel that it is, but this is what you have to do to make this game feel better for me. That's pretty much the essence of what Chris Wagar have to say about these things, because many people are doing that. Many people, as in many people, they it's easy when you say that they should have done better. What do you mean by better? If you think it can do better, one thing is being asked. If you can do better, why not actually um, propose something or maybe apply? That's me. But Chris Wagar wrote an article, said that I'm going to quote here on the first paragraph. Pointing out the ways is exactly what he wants you to do. It's why the article exists and intentionally monotonous part. Everyone upset, and it's indirectly paying it into his pockets. Further, it allows him, open parentheses, and by extension, other journalists to continue playing the expert, while the rest of us are stuck characterized as extremely angry in the correct mob. By taking offense at articles like this, commenters are forced to accept the message in form of an argument. The message being that there is a controversy over tripping and brawl, and so the Smash fans are separated into two big groups of casual and hardcore players that they hate each other through repeatedly in traffic using controversy in form of opinion articles, reviews, and by supporting, journalists are able to establish themselves as an asset to their publishers and as expert to their readers. Replace journalists with ranters, and you're going to get the same. I'm going to drop razor fist here, saying that they should using blah 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 words, just and not getting to the point on how and saying that Final Fantasy writing returns can do better. How can you do better if you're playing expert without actually without actually analyzing how things work? Hell, I'm going to give you a newsflash. I'm in no way an expert game developer. I'm an aspiring game developer. And you know what? It's a hard transition for me as a gamer to actually, go from playing games to actually put everything that I've learned onto these games into one. I'm not even you started programming yet. But these people, on the other hand, plays expert in any way that they can, commenting on investors conferences, commenting on admissions of just one person. For example, Mr. Iwata admitted that the Wii U flopped, and people are going all over it that say, you should put more cheap third-party games there so it can be a console seller. Blah 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 blah. See where it's getting there? They're playing the expert despite that they're not being an expert. They just sit there. They're having this bias review or bias commentary on things that they say that they do their research, but the thing is, people are deluded. If they think that they're right, regardless of what other people say, regardless on how things doesn't really work in the real world, and they are a deal of fantasy land. This is pretty much what they've learned from Chris Wagar in his article. This is it. Ranters, reviewers, journalists, they're all the same. The last time that I hear, this is ridiculous because I watched a video about the scrub saying that wonderful 101 Nintendo Wii was flopped. And there's a clip there by Happy Console Gamer who said that Valkyrie Profile 2 is an action RPG game. Action RPG. I mean, let that sink in for the minute. I know that I might say that whatever happened in Valkyrie Profile 2 translated to the game Resonance of Fate. It's evident because if you move in Valkyrie Profile 2, your enemy moves as well. If by what I know from action RPGs are everything moves in real time, like the Dynasty Warriors or Warriors Orochi or what do you call this? Tenchu. I can call that by that extent. Some people can call it an action RPG, but and again, we're going back to that point that people are playing experts just because they want they want to bring controversy, a pseudo controversy, just to get them attention without actually doing research. This really confuses me. And with related to Super Smash Bros. Being a fighting game, so are you more expert than Mr. Masahiro Sakurai, the one that actually was responsible for actually producing the game? I'm not saying that he's going to produce a bug game. That's ridiculous. That's why we have quality control in every game, in every product. Are you freaking ridiculous? Are you going to bring that up? That's trivial. That's a stupid, trivial question and a stupid, trivial statement. Don't even bring that up. But if you listen to these so-called experts, or experts, it could be your favorite gaming ranter, it could be your favorite gaming reviewer, it could be your favorite gaming journalist, or if you're a fedora tipping social justice ingrate, well, you like Patricia Hernandez or Anita Sarkeesian, well, you're dumb. You're dumber than a snail. Honestly, I said that. I really said that. I have no regrets, like at all. So if just rate it. This is this is very educational. And again, I'm going to thank Chris Wagar and GatherYourParty.com for actually writing a really insightful article. From there, I hope this message spreads across, because to some point there are going to be people that are actually believing in these people, these experts, just because they play the games. Take note, being a gamer does not mean you being a gaming, you're an expert in the video game industry. It doesn't really it doesn't really translate that well. Trust me. Anyway, I'm Homer, and you know what? I'm going to read more of the books that Warren Buffett suggested because I have to know on how how any business corporation works, especially when you're talking about the video game industry. It's going to be educational at all. See you later.